That's why I'm in
thrusted.
Hey, let me tell you something, man.
Thrust.
Welcome to another episode of What's the Hook podcast. I'm your host, Baleko Wisa, here with
Ian Baker. What up, y'all?
and
Huck Barra.
and of course,
Miko Cicero, you already know. Ow. Don't be a hater.
all right, we got a special guest here today and a special topic that's important to us. We're here with my cousin,
Yes.
the great FitBody by Ashley Chapman.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. First of all, Ashley, I got to say this. You know, I'm a huge fan of your work. You know, you be doing personal training, and it's funny because when we think about personal training, especially with women, we only think about like you helping out other women find their confidence in their body. But it actually uplifts me. I actually have you notified on Instagram. Because I've been trying to look at the workouts and be like, oh, what's she working on? Because, you know, I'm trying to get myself right.
I appreciate that.
Be real,
Okay.
man. Are you gonna have a female personal trainer?
Absolutely not.
He sure is. Yeah.
Exactly.
I can that's what I
The
want
wanna
to
hear.
motivation is
Exactly.
there.
He just
I
saying that
appreciate
because that's family, you know what I'm saying?
No, but I got it notified. I got a notification.
That's-
Fit by Bosh. I'd be like,
Support
oh.
family.
Right, I support
But don't
family.
be out here bullshitting, my nigga.
You ain't shit, man.
Right.
So
you
tell
know
me,
you're not going to even take her shit.
the workout plan that you gave me, did you get it from her?
No.
You just take okay. I just
No.
want to make sure you
He
did.
No, no.
about to say I don't want to use
Why?
her shit because he's
it's
cause
not
that's,
good enough for you?
because he's like because that's the thing. Look at the male ego. The male ego ain't
No.
shit.
That is not what I was thinking.
Hey, look, I'm here for the ladies all day, so I take no offense. I'm here for the ladies.
I'm here
so,
for the ladies too.
Of course.
This is
yeah.
the thing, because this is the thing. If they do a
Help me help
workout,
you.
if they do a workout, because that's the thing with the guys. If with some men that have a huge ego when it comes to that, if she's out here showing you a workout, she's doing that workout with ease, and then B has to do that same workout,
No,
let
for
me-
real, though.
he gonna
No.
be like, oh shit.
No, let me tell you guys something.
He gonna feel
work
a
out-
certain way.
No, you're right, because I work out for vanity. Not that stuff you be doing. That flexing.
Not for health and all
not
that
for
stuff.
health
No,
at
not
all.
health.
That
Who cares
crazy
about
stuff.
health?
Oh.
It's all about vanity.
But see, here's the thing. I can't work out with the female because if I'm struggling, and that's just gonna.
Hey, Huck, I'm sorry to say this, man.
What?
I'm sorry to say this is gonna sound offensive,
Whoa.
but it's probably this. She might be stronger than you, dog.
Oh,
But
no,
she
no,
is
no.
stronger than you.
No,
She
no,
look-
no.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm just saying.
No, she's
she
stronger
looks
than all of
stronger
us.
than you. She does.
You know,
So you
she-
basically
she-
telling me in a workout, you don't want her to out-workout you?
Okay, outworking you.
She's not gonna be working out with
Outworking.
me.
Yeah.
Out-working,
but str-
out-workout, nigga.
It's just still. It's like the fact that she like if
But
I'm
if I
struggling.
but if you deadlift like 125, you don't want me to deadlift like 225. Is that
I don't
what
want you to be
you're
like, let me show you how to really do it.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Ashley.
Wow, that's mad disrespectful.
Ooh, Ashley talking that. Well, okay.
saying? I hear you. Like when I have classes and there are men in my classes, I like to make them extra hard because I always like seeing dudes kind of come in with that
Male
I'm
ego,
about to
yeah.
get it, and then they're like crawling on their way on the way out.
See,
of
I'm gonna be the
class
total
because-
opposite. I'm just gonna be the total opposite. So I need you to be lightweight on me.
Lightweight. Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
Well,
And all-
that won't happen.
But also too, for men, we're trash on the leg tip for a lot of us.
Mhm.
A lot of us
Oh,
don't
yeah.
do legs.
Yeah.
Nah.
So if she's talking about deadlifting and doing certain things and doing anything lower body, oh, we're done.
Yeah.
No
Because
man, no man wants to show off their legs. Hey, look at my calves.
no, that's what we all. I see people at the gym all the time, top heavy than a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Bench
You tap them
press,
with your
all that
finger, they
stuff,
legs,
yeah.
oh, they gonna fall right
Go
over.
And
down.
spaghetti
Right.
legs.
Now let me
Yeah.
ask you this: do you have guys come in working on their butts?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Glutes.
You should though.
Yeah.
You actually should be working out all.
Yeah,
That's
you have to build. You can't be like you can't be unbalanced. You know?
Exactly.
So if you're really swole up top, you have a lot of strength up top. Like you said, if I hit your leg, you go down for
Yeah.
the count.
Mhm.
Then that's not going to help.
And also
you
remember, the
overall.
femur's the biggest bone in the body, so you want to
Yeah,
take care
your
of that
lower
thigh.
body, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It works everything.
Huck
You
said,
need a lower
"Nah,
body.
bro.
They said, nah.
I'm trying to get the chest and arms bigger."
Yeah, I'm
You
trying how to
see
get my
the legs
back.
We'll
That's all
convert
y'all-
you by the end.
That's
of
all
the
y'all
show.
gonna
It's
see on the
okay.
screen. So we good.
Right. No, right. That's what I'm saying. All about the event and get them shoulders right.
I'll be honest with you, from 2005 to about 2011 or 12, all I did was upper body.
That was it.
That's all.
Yo, what was the
What did Kanye
flags?
say?
Look
All
at that.
chest, no legs.
Chicken legs for real?
Not
Taking
now.
advice from Kanye. Okay.
Yeah, without old Kanye.
That's a
Okay,
whole other
yeah.
thing. But Ashley, you're a personal trainer, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but also online fitness coach.
Online
as
fitness
well.
Okay.
coach. How'd you get into it? Because I see, like, especially now, but like, you know, Instagram is like everybody's now this fitness craze.
Right. Mhm.
Like, I always wanted to know, how did somebody like you get into this? Like,
Well, it really started from my personal health and fitness journey. When I was in college, like once I graduated, I had gained about 35 pounds of unwanted body weight and I just didn't feel myself.
You did the freshman 30, huh? Not the freshman 15.
Not the freshman 15. I excelled. I exceeded. I was like, let me excel really well at this. So let me do double. So gained about 35 pounds and just didn't feel like myself. And so I ended up losing weight, getting into shape, and I started teaching classes because the classes that I were taking, I'd be really energized about it and excited about it, like freakishly way more than a lot of other people in the class. And they were like, you should teach. So I started teaching, and from there, the idea of coaching really kind of came into play because people were coming to my classes, but they were like, you inspire me outside of the class. Like, what are you eating? What workouts are you doing outside of the gym, et cetera? And so I was like, well, it seems like there is a market for, there's 1,000,001 tips online, like Google University and YouTube universities out there. You can find out information about weight loss, but I think a lot of people connect to a person, like they connect to someone specifically giving them tips, or they like how you sort of portray the information over someplace else.
Some meathead just saying, like, get on the bench press, weakling.
So do you feel like the conversations, like the compliments that people were giving you kind of helped you like maintain it? Because, like you start off working out by yourself and then it's like, damn, okay, I don't think I want to go to the gym today. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Oh, of course.
And then a week happens. So it's just like the more you kept doing it and the more like you improved, did you feel like those compliments is what made you like push further?
It for sure helped with the motivation to keep going because it was bigger than me, like I wanted it to be more than just me doing this, like you said, for vanity, or for my health, but I wanted to inspire other people. And so if I don't show up, if I don't, walk the walk and talk the talk, then how am I going to really tell anybody else, hey, this is how you do it? And so, the motivation, it's not always going to be there for everybody. I definitely have my days and my weeks where I'm like, I don't feel like working out. Right. I don't feel like eating healthy. Where's my snacks and where's my Netflix? And that's pretty much how I feel.
You got your cheat day.
Yeah, of course. But I think overall, having a cause and a purpose that's bigger than me, it helps me to show up not only better for other people, but better for myself. And so I make my health and myself a priority first so that I can give and show up and be there to motivate other people.
Yeah.
What is your biggest form of advertisement?
For my business and just for coaching in general, I wouldn't use a particular platform. A lot of people know me from my YouTube channel, which has like a little over 34,000 subscribers. And so that's how a lot of people kind of find me and find out my workouts. Shameless plug. FitBody by Ashley on YouTube. But I'd say overall video has been a really great way for people to get to know my personality, like especially on IG stories. I love showing results, but I also love showing just who I am as a person. I'm really goofy, funny, spontaneous, and I like to show all of that. And so people, I'm not just some nameless, faceless person that, you're buying products from. Like, you actually feel like you know me. And a lot of people say, like, I feel like you're my best friend when I'm working out with you, or when I see you on Instagram, or when I message you. Like, I feel like I've known you for a long time. And so that's what kind of helps with that rapport before people sign up to work with me as a client.
Well, that's great. We're going to be great together when you start training.
Here they go. They doing it.
See, my thing is, I was going to say, like, do you be like walking on the street? They'd be like, damn, girl, we should work out together. You'd be like,
what?
We should. Of course, but they're not interested in working out, So for those comments, I just
I'm just trying to picture how she gets her business. Good.
It's mostly online. Like when I'm out and about, of course, I try to look cute and I wear whatever I'm wearing with confidence. I hold my head up with confidence, but I don't really consider myself to be a walking advertisement, or trying to get people like, put down that donut, get in the gym type of person. I just pretty much build, because, a lot of the coaching that I do is online. Like a lot of my clients are not even in the same state. They're in different states. So I just really focus on online presence.
I say that because I have a client of mine who you could obviously tell he lifts and stuff. So based off his body, I think he knows what he
Right.
he knows his stuff.
Right.
So that's why, it's
Right.
like a walking advertisement, like you said. So
yeah, it
just trying
can
to
be, but it's very rare that people who,
okay.
are walking.
Yeah.
If I'm walking down the street, if it's just not some dude who's trying to holler at me, that it's somebody who actually has a genuine interest in wanting to work out and get healthy. So
Do you feel like online, like personal training is the new wave now? Do you feel like personal clients is changing? Because I feel like now since you can reach more people,
yeah,
and then like I don't really follow too many fit people anymore. But when I first got on, had to get off the gram because I was just like, God damn, I was getting too distracted.
Yeah, let me tell you something,
But-
boy.
Oh my God.
I mean, but like at a certain point, like you said, it's like you start to fall for their personality.
right,
You start to be like, yo, I feel like I like them as a person,
right.
and it's just more than their fitness journey. Do you
So
feel
true.
like? Did you feel like that's what you had to do to make you different and stand out when we started yours?
Yes, for sure. And I think that's kind of where it's going, the direction is going. Not to say that in-person personal training isn't still valuable, because I think people do still appreciate the one-on-one connection, but there's only so many in-person training sessions that you can do with somebody
Oh yeah, they'll do like 6 sessions or something like that when you
Exactly,
go
a
to
day.
yeah.
before you get burnt out. And so with online personal training, the great aspect of it is that you can have 20 to 30 clients that you're coaching at one time.
Yeah.
And, you have systems set up in place to where you're making sure that they're following their workout plan, that they're following their nutrition plan, et cetera, et cetera. And you can create your own customized service that's separate from like what a gym wants you to do, because a gym mostly cares about just selling packages,
Right.
yeah, they're kind of there to help people with transformation, but they mostly, if you're a personal trainer at a gym, you're mostly there to just make the gym money.
And you know what makes it actually better too? They can do it at home.
Exactly.
And they don't have
you
to
can
do
it anywhere. Yeah.
and they don't have to worry about like feeling insecure. Like so
Right.
somebody's on the bench, like a dude, for example, if I'm on the bench and I'm doing like 185, but then there's a guy like Hut's dude that's doing like 230 and he's yelling, screaming, Ali Bomaye. I feel, if I'm not confident in myself, the gym can be intimidating
No,
for
yeah,
like a new gym
absolutely.
person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Man, that
But
shit.
but what about at that point if you don't have all the equipment? Because my thing is
I
like
don't-
for y'all, like what would you rather have? Would you rather have online training? Would you rather have in-person training?
Here's the thing with me. When I started, starting into the fitness thing, I started doing the online. I started going to
Mhm.
YouTube first.
Yeah.
I didn't even go to Instagram. I went to YouTube first because it's like, I feel like I could do it with you.
Yeah.
And if I get too tired, I could pause it. I could go back.
Right.
Like if I'm not motivated today, I know I
Right.
could go back
Shut up.
tomorrow.
That sounds kind of like weak a little bit.
Yeah.
You get to take time off.
Yeah, you do. But it's like I had the mental strength to keep going every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I pushed myself forward. And it's not until after I was just like, all right, this is kind of getting boring for me. Now I'll go to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mix
there's
it
there's
up.
levels. There's
Mix it up,
levels
yeah.
because
Levels to the
sometimes if
shit.
you're getting
Wow.
back
I feel like it's
into
a good start.
yeah, it's a great start,
Yeah.
and you don't have to use a bunch of equipment. A
Right.
lot of people get healthy, they lose weight, they sculpt really incredibly strong, beautiful bodies at home. So you don't necessarily need a lot of equipment to get
Right.
started. But I will say that as you continue to grow in your fitness, it is important that you level up.
Yeah.
So
weights help after a
especially for
while.
ladies, I always say don't be afraid to use weights. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to lift heavy, because you're going to get to a point where what you're doing,
Body's
your
gonna be
body's gonna
capped.
be used to
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And you're going to plateau. You're not going to see any more changes or results. So you have to be constantly doing things to make it progressively
I
harder.
honestly feel like starting with yourself is better
It's the
because
best, yeah.
if you can't, I always felt like if I can't hold myself up,
Exactly.
why am I holding
Yeah.
weight?
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm just saying, I feel like my own body weight was my
Exactly.
weight.
you know what's
what I'm
happening, Keenan
saying?
and Huck? It's Miko's personal training session. She's doing a free
Honestly,
session right
because
now.
I stay in the gym now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get this body right inside.
No, seriously.
For the
And-
summer.
No, for my life.
For the summer.
For the summer,
Life.
right.
Snap,
We'll
snap
come back.
to that.
We'll come back in
Wow.
October.
Right,
and see
we'll
what's
come back in
I
happening.
have a gym membership, guys. I have to
What
pay
does
for
that
shit.
mean?
I have to pay. That's why I did it.
Most
So I
people
can-
have gym memberships and don't
Yeah.
use that
Planet
shit.
Fitness
True
is
that,
$10.
true
You're not
that.
impressing
Listen,
nobody.
I love my money. I'm fucking Haitian. I love my money.
Oh,
I'm not
here
gonna
they
sit
go.
here and put my
Who
money
doesn't
out.
love their money?
I don't even know what that means. I'm
Listen,
Haitian, so I love my
because
money.
So I don't love my
That's
money.
how
I
you
don't
work
know.
very
It means
hard.
she takes it serious.
I take
No.
it so serious. I'm not gonna give you my money for no reason. It has to be a reason. So if I'm gonna pay
Yeah.
fucking $40 for a membership, nigga, I'm going to the gym.
She's showing up.
Let me ask, do you feel like somebody can just get all the results from something like calisthenics? Because I remember one time before when I couldn't afford a gym membership, I would just go. There's parks now. A lot of parks,
Mhm.
especially out here in LA, have a
Yeah.
lot of just equipment you can go on.
Right.
Do you feel like somebody can stay there, or do they have to eventually level up to weights?
I think it depends on your goals too, because sometimes, you're not necessarily trying to get super jacked or swole. You know, your goal is just, I just want to lose a couple pounds. I want to be able to tie my shoe without feeling out of breath, or be able to like just do simple things like walking upstairs without feeling like you're about to collapse. So for some people, it depends on their goals. And you, like I said, you can get a really great workout using your body weight. You can get a really great workout doing an outside workout that's separate from the gym. So it depends on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And then, ultimately, once you reach your immediate goal, then you can decide, okay, what do I want to do from here? So like now, like when I first started, I didn't really have an interest in the gym. I did a lot of my workouts either in studios or at my own house. And then as I got stronger, as I got better at my fitness, so now I really love going to the gym. I love lifting. And that's my new thing now. Like I want to be able to do pull-ups on street lamps, random size.
Which would be hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? Like I that's my new goal now. But that wasn't when I first started, and that wasn't up until recently. So, you kind of grow as you go along. Yeah.
No, I just remember our cousin Ricky, one time we were I don't know what corner we're on, there was a street light, and he just went up and started doing like a couple of dips, and I looked at him and I said, man, you got to get him in.
Well, you
got to get him in.
That reminds me of like when we're a big style. Me and B are big Styles P's fan. We used to always listen to that song Barbara. And it's about the barbell that's telling you to love Barbara. Just doing pull-ups everywhere.
You got to get him in.
So dope.
You have to, yeah.
So let's get down to some nitty gritty shit, because I feel like
get at her.
Online fitness is fucking up the gym experience.
Yeah. Wait, can I go first?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, because you'll be on the weights, and then there'll be this stupid meathead or meat girl that will damn near, as they're lifting weights, they're telling their buddy, hey, take a video of me. What are we doing?
Okay, you got a point there, and
2 points.
I mean,
oh shoot.
Ultimately, I think there's going to be distractions at the gym regardless. I've seen many videos of people, taking videos of other people at the gym, and they're just doing crazy stuff like on machines or they're throwing weights, they're yelling. They're not using the equipment properly. You know what I mean? So there's always going to be distractions. There's always going to be stuff happening that can make you lose focus. So I think you just have to go in knowing what you're doing, and you just have to have tunnel vision, get in, get out.
I don't even think it's about focus. I'm just like, my nigga, I need the machine that you're on. I need you.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you something.
Hold
on.
Go ahead, man. Oh my God.
I'll be honest with you. I'm an in and out guy, right? Pause. I'm an in and out guy, right?
You mean burgers?
I'm trying to
animal style,
right?
Not animal style.
I'm trying to get into the gym. I'm trying to get out of there within an hour, right? I don't care to be in there for 2-3 hours.
Right.
So when somebody is on a machine and they're sitting there, now they're texting on their phone or they're taking video of themselves on the machine. I'm like, bro, I need to get on the machine. Oh, I got 2 more reps. Can I work in with you? Like nigga, either let me work in with you, or get the fuck off the machine.
Oh, you're that guy. I hate you.
Why are you taking your time for it?
No. See, this thing, I don't take my time. Like, I'll get it in. Like, I'll like minute rest, boom. But then when the guy sees me, he's like, "Man, can I get it in?" I was like, "I'm almost done. I'll be out of here."
Don't say you're almost done. Let me know how many reps you have.
All right.
You're the problem.
No. You're the problem.
You're the problem.
Because there's other machines.
No. I'm doing chest today.
Okay, I think we've revealed another.
I'm doing chest
So
today.
they were talking about
It was a hidden issue. I know.
About us.
That thing came out.
First of all, you would have thought they were really working out right now.
Exactly.
Bro.
The passion of the fight.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna be like, bro, how many more sets you got? If you go, I got 5 or 6 more sets left. First of all, that's a lot. But if you got 5 or 6 more sets left, I'm working in with you at that point.
I agree. If you got 5 or 6,
if you say I got 2 more sets left, I'm willing to wait. That's different.
Right.
But I don't think that's online training ruined. I think that's just
no. I'm getting to that point.
He
I'm getting to that point. Yeah.
Tell about the gun line.
Yeah, he stepped in. But this is what I'm saying. Well, I've seen people now come to the gym. Because right now, like online fitness and fit chicks and fit dudes are like, that's the new craze, right? Everybody's doing this, tag and fit life. But motherfuckers, I've been to the gym and people just go to the gym just to stunt.
Yeah.
There's no working out.
Yeah.
They go in there. I remember there was a girl, I don't even know the gym even, I think it closed down. It was a gym in Burbank I used to go to. And this white girl used to always come in there. And she was already in shape. But she would come into the gym, take mad pictures, mad video. Yo, the life is hard. Damn, fit life, sweating. Just got it in today.
You watching all that shit?
She ain't. The gym is not big. The gym isn't big, so she's doing all this stuff, and so you can clearly see what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yo, man, like,
And didn't even lift one weight.
didn't lift one weight. Then she goes and sits down, talks to some of her friends, and be like, whew, all right, wipes her sweat off and walks out the gym and leaves.
Get
How did she sweat?
That was her workout.
You know
And
how
it's
heavy
like,
a phone is?
and it's like that's what's happening a lot now. My thing is like it's a little nerve wracking. Not nerve wracking for me, anyways. I don't give a shit. But for people that might get fooled by these fit people that don't actually work out, because some people are just genetically in great shape,
Right.
They're not
Or keep
doing
it
shit.
real, they're doing stuff surgically to make it seem
Or
like
doing
I
stuff
am.
surgically.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
No,
right.
that's
you gotta
true.
maintain it.
And I will
Yo.
agree with you
You
on
telling me
that.
I can buy some muscles?
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure.
Spray tan
Well,
it.
if she
do
can-
this?
if
All
she
you
can
need
buy
is
some
lighting
titties.
and
Hugs on
makeup.
leg. Hugs on leg. Give me that six pack.
Lighting, makeup, in the right angle
Wait, you know
can
what's
make
real
you look
interesting? Because
Yeah.
real fit.
You two bring up something very interesting because we're in LA.
Oh,
So if
yeah,
I can
yeah.
buy a body part, go to the gym, do that, spray some water on myself, there's somebody that's doing
Let me
that.
tell you something. If you can buy ass, you better be able to buy a pectoral muscle. Like you better be able to do it.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna
that's
look like
real.
I buy mines at the bench press.
I'm gonna come here and look
That's
like
how you
Mr.
clear the
T
room right there.
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
No, but that's real, and I do agree with that aspect. I think there are a lot of influencers who don't really know what the
Right.
hell they're talking about, who are
Right.
trying to get on their platforms and preach, oh, you should do this, you should do that. I mean, there's a lot of people who, like, recently a lot of people have come out saying, oh, this person has scammed me, they're a fitness influencer, or you're seeing influencers who are these diehard vegans who they get caught eating meat or fish, and so it's a lot
That
of
is
deception.
hilarious.
You sound
You
like
know?
pastors.
It's like,
Oh shit.
Oh
Seriously.
shit! If you want to,
whole
that's
rabbit
a whole
hole
that's
there.
another
It's a
podcast.
whole
We can go
nother
there. I'm
situation,
with
yeah.
it.
Oh,
I'm
here
with
they
the
go,
shits
Keith.
with that one. I love it.
But overall, there is a lot of deception online, and I'm very much anti-deception. I'm anti-bullshit. I'm like, ladies, stop buying the flat tummy
Keep it
tees,
100.
the wraps, the waist trainers. None of that stuff is gonna fix your
Whoa, whoa,
problems.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
It's
whoa,
like
whoa,
putting
whoa,
a
whoa,
Band-Aid
whoa,
on a
whoa,
broken
whoa,
leg.
whoa, whoa,
No,
whoa, whoa,
wait,
time out,
hold
time out, time out, time out. You're telling me if Fit Tummy Tea was like, we got 30 G's for you. You ain't taking that 30 G picture like flat tummy tea
Nope,
with
I'm
the head
not.
to the
Wow.
side.
No, because my brand, my integrity,
Ooh.
it costs more than 30 grand. First of all,
Oh, I respect it.
So-
Oh,
Amen.
okay.
Preach.
But
Talk
also-
that shit.
Put me in my
That's
place.
right. Better
But
let
like, and
niggas know.
also, let me
Put
be
me in my
consistent
place.
too, because I talk very passionately on my YouTube channel, on my pages about how you don't need all of that, and at the end of the day, there are people who are just trying to take your money. I'm not here to
Yeah.
take your money.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about waist trainers though. Like, you know how honestly, I'm not gonna say it's bomb. Let me talk. The fuck? Anyway.
You got the
There's-
book.
there's so much going on.
So much. It's about the bodies. Like when you said like you could like pay to get your body done. A lot of these women when they get their shit, they're like they take out their.
Oh, now
ribs
you
or
look for me for
whatever.
reference, huh?
When they take out their ribs and they take out the body fat, they need to like wear those like they have their own personal like little waist trainer. So like the waist trainer started getting like real popular because they needed to keep that body that they like paid for. You know what I'm saying?
Waist trainer
True,
body
but
is
also
weird as
people
hell.
When I
they
hate-
advertise it
Yeah,
in a
but
way that
that's
makes
what
it
I'm
seem like,
hating,
oh,
is
you're
the
gonna
fact-
lose belly fat. It's
Is
like,
that the
no,
fact that they
that's
started
not gonna
doing that
happen.
shit is like, okay, now that I got my body done, but here to get this waist trainer so
Yeah.
that you get your body like this is like, nah, it's not gonna work like that. They need to get the surgery first.
Yeah,
Maintain
exactly.
it, then
And they're
get
not
the
telling
waist
you
trainer.
all the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, waist trainer, I have abs, but like I did 3 surgeries. And look, there's nothing, in my opinion, like I don't disagree with people who choose to do cosmetic surgeries. If that's what they feel like they need to do, then fine, do you, boo. But at the end of the day, I'm like, just be real and honest about it. You don't have to lie. Like if that is the route that you took, not everybody is gonna subscribe to exercising and working out and doing crunches to get abs, things like that. Like that's not gonna be everyone's hook.
I personally
You know what I mean?
think that people should, those people that do stuff like that use the type of surgery to get a certain way, that should be some like a disclaimer somewhere.
Yeah, they should
because
be honest about it.
yeah, because it's not fair to the person that's looks up to you. Because right
Exactly.
now, like you said, we don't understand that a lot of times with fitness too, a lot of stuff is genetics.
Mhm.
So when you see somebody's body and you like, I want to be just like that, but this person had surgery or like you said, it might have had something done or rib or
Right.
whatever
Or
it
different
was.
bone structure,
Different-
everything.
And you sitting there like, how do I can't get, I'm doing everything that she does or
Right.
he does, and I can't get this type of body. But they're not telling you like, yeah, I actually got surgery to get this and this
Right.
and this
Yeah.
done. Like,
I mean, a lot of people, were going crazy with Beyonce. She had her homecoming, her homecoming documentary that came out, and she was talking about the diet that she went on, like no meat, no fish, no carbs. Essentially, she pretty much was just eating fruits and vegetables, and she was like, I was hungry, and so a lot of people were like, oh, okay, well, she got super fit for for the
For this-
Coachella performance.
Exactly.
But I'm like, well, Beyonce also has enough money to have professional
Exactly.
chefs
And she
that can make
also
food for her.
had to do it
And
for
she
a
was
performance.
doing she was exercising like maybe 2 to 3 hours
Yeah.
intensely every single day on top of rehearsals.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably going to get to a certain size, but a lot of people just want to jump on trends, or they just want to jump on what sounds good to them, but it's not realistic and it's not sustainable. And that's really what I preach. It's like just do something that is going to make sense for you, that's going to be realistic for you.
We
And you
have
don't
to be
have to
well,
go
we,
crazy about it.
but we have to be real, ladies. You're not Beyonce,
Amen.
and you won't be. I'm
Virgos
sorry.
too.
Not even just that. Well, Beyonce too. You before even comparing yourself to her and say I'm going to get on a Beyonce diet. Look at what she does.
Yeah.
Amen.
Look at her. First of all, just look at her discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Her discipline with all the things that she does, with whether it's her music, her
Right.
training, how she tours. I seen Beyonce on tour. I went to the On the Run tour. She's one of the greatest performers ever.
Right.
When you see something like that, you be like, y'all can't do that.
Mm.
You don't have the discipline. You keep going back to the same nigga.
Or
You ain't got the discipline. You ain't got the discipline to even stay.
Go ahead.
To stay regular. To stay here.
Well, brother.
Go ahead.
I just want to know if sex is a form of exercise.
What? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Form of what?
Let me
Yes.
tell you something.
Well, be busting out is 18 calories, so
I got-
No, actually,
I
it does burn.
I wanna
It
ask
burns
this.
a lot of
It burns
calories.
fat.
actually.
It gets your booty right.
Okay, let's talk about this because I know. Okay, hold on.
Let's break it down.
Women always be like, "Yo, we be out here and sex is burning calories." Most women don't do shit in the bedroom.
Hey, I object.
Most women
I
don't.
object.
It's a lot of. I'm just saying, it's a lot of back laying.
I don't know.
How are you burning
I
calories?
don't know.
All I'm saying, you a fitness person, so you might put in that work. I'm saying the average female, they don't, the reason why
Here they go.
reason why they're the same size, and even if they're having sex 3 times a day, they're not doing. I'm
Nobody has
doing
a
all the
job?
why am I doing all the thrusting? Huh? That's why I'm in
Thrusted.
Hey, let me tell you something, man.
I'm just being real. The reason why I'm in pretty good shape, and I hit the gym from time to time still now.
Oh, wait.
The reason why my cardio is pretty good is because I got to do majority of the work.
That's why your cardio is good.
A lot of pumping.
Especially back in the day, like growing up. Yeah, most girls lay on their back. Then I got to lift a fucking 160-pound woman over, turn her over, and let's be honest, we're in America, so I'm being gracious about the weight. You're
Only
probably
160?
190. So let's be real.
True.
I
like
gotta
that
flip that whole body over. Now
I like
you
them
dead
200s.
weight. I'm lifting while having sex. I'm the one really working out. You
Wow.
aren't.
You did curl.
You know
Like
what's
I
funny?
said, I don't know
You know what's
what
funny?
situations
I got a
you've
squat.
been in,
Remember African
but-
squats from Baby Boy? He did all the work. What was she doing? He had to do African squats, pick her little ass
Yo,
up.
have y'all done African squats?
I reserve judgment.
I'm looking at the African like, hello.
Okay, well, a lot of comments I could say on that. Number one, I'm like, I don't know who yeah.
Yeah.
I had a quarter
You gotta
chance.
put
Okay.
in work. I mean, I know, and I know
Yeah.
the majority
Speak
of
on it,
people,
please.
but you do have to put in work. But I mean, overall, like, okay, don't go like, okay, well, I'm just gonna be boning all to the day of dawn so I can, get my abs right. Like
Boning is hilarious. I haven't heard boning
Not
in.
boning to
It's
the
better
day
than
of dawn.
thrust.
Yeah, thrust sounds so Wario.
But no, because I'm gonna be real. Because and then I feel like, and this is I'm not saying with my personal situation. I'm saying just in situations that I've had, and even friends that I know, and even women that I know, they'll say the same thing. Even porn stars that said it, they're like in their regular sex life, they don't do any real work. They just lay there or whatever. But do you feel like the shape that you're in, the shape that you got in, do you feel like it's increased your sex drive?
Oh, of course. It absolutely does. And I have clients tell me that all the time. They're like, my husband and I are a lot more freaky now because it's not even just about, trying to thrust or move your body in a certain way.
Right.
It's just having more energy and more stamina.
You-
Whereas
you-
like,
Part.
okay, after 3 minutes, it's like, you done, like, can I
Uh-uh.
need to go to sleep or I got something else to do. But like now it's like, oh, we can actually
Do you
Have
act-
fun.
do you
have fun
actually
with it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
do you feel too? And I know with guys, but I know especially with women, there's a lot of body shaming out there,
Mhm,
right? There's a
of
lot of
course.
like, do you feel like when they start to get into a certain shape and they get out the shower now and they see themselves as sexy, do you
course.
feel like that's one of the main reasons why?
Definitely.
I think it starts off that way. Like, for sure, when I'm talking to people who are interested in working with me as a coach, that's one of the reasons why. Because they look at themselves in the mirror and they just don't recognize who they see in the mirror anymore. And they don't like that. They want to feel sexy again. A lot of them, are moms who they've devoted their entire life
The
to
kids,
everybody else,
Yeah.
and they're not taking they're not taking their health and their life, putting that on the front burner now. And so they want to feel that sexiness again. They want to feel like, they're desirable. They want to be able to look at themselves and think, damn, I look good. And so that's the initial motivation. But then as you go through the program, as you start to make those lifestyle changes, you realize it's so much bigger than that. You want to have the energy to run around with your kids and your grandkids.
Right.
You want to have the stamina to be with your significant other in bed or wherever, And so it gets a little bit bigger than just vanity metrics or like just wanting to look cute, but that also is a good encouragement too. I mean, summer's coming out, so we got to start taking off clothes. So
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I personally feel like whatever body you're in and whatever stage you're in, love yourself and be happy and content with where you are. If you're still working towards a goal, that's awesome, but you don't have to shame yourself for where you are right now. But I do think that is an important part of it.
I think that's also confident. That's like a problem too. Like if you don't love yourself. Right. And you're trying to change yourself.
You'll never be healthy.
It makes it very difficult because like I'll see myself like I work out, but I'll never be as big as, let's say, I don't know, who's like some like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Like
what?
Prime. No, I'm just saying.
Pick somebody else.
No, I can't think of it. Okay, like look at, okay, for example, like CT Fletcher, right?
CT Fletcher, yeah.
CT Fletcher, right? He's like real buff dude from Compton that works out real hard. We don't have the same body type.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So somebody like me that if I don't love myself, I'll be like, man, I'll never be as big as him. I'll never go to the gym. I'll stay at home and have no confidence. He's like, you gotta know, you gotta actually do research on fitness, understand there's different body types, there's different metabolisms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And try to find what works for you. Like, you know what drives me nuts at the gym? When you see that guy that works out and doesn't work out properly, but he's trying to compete with somebody that's been working out for years.
Exactly.
Right.
For years. Why are you doing 225, dog?
Yeah. And it's mindset at the end of the day because, you might say, okay, genetically, I can't look a certain way, I can't look like this person, but I've spoken to I know a lot of people who are, in like the fitness competition world, so they'll do the bodybuilding competitions, they'll do the bikini body competitions. They're so unhappy. Like if seriously,
no water today.
They get real and they tell you like I'm miserable. Like they have the most what you would consider perfect physique, right? And you look at them and you think, man, I just want to be a half
this
a
one
percentage
right here. Damn it.
For real. And so it's mindset at the end of the day because just because you've achieved your dream body or whatever it is, that goal that you have in your head, doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to make you happy. Like you have to find content within yourself through some other way, because even if you get to an Arnold Schwarzenegger, or somebody else who's really buff or jacked or fit or who you consider perfect, like, oh, the J-Los or the people out there, the Beyonces, like I'm sure they have moments where they look at themselves and they're like, ew, So
humans.
But stop. I think
human
people.
nature.
I think people should stop when it comes to those type of people and those type of celebrities. Don't compare your struggle to theirs.
Yeah.
Like you said, they have millions of dollars to get the body that they want. They can wake up and then the perfect breakfast is ready for them.
Yep.
The perfect lunch, the perfect snack. We don't have that to
exactly.
So how do you think somebody that lives like, I guess, like I don't want to say regular, but I guess the average American, how can they achieve that, and how can they do that without having that type of money or something like that?
Well, it doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of time. And again, you have to really think about where are you starting from? Like, what's your starting point? Are you somebody who's just trying to lose 10 to 15 pounds, or do you need to lose like 115 pounds? Because those are going to be two very different journeys. And then just be realistic, because a lot of times, people try to do these crash diets where they're just eating, a piece of kale and a walnut, and that's like all they're eating all day, and they're miserable, they're hungry, they're tired, they're snapping at their kids, so it's like,
Ashley, I knew a girl that for 20 days she drank water and like cinnamon and like apple vinegar.
I'm guilty.
So
I've done a lot of the fad diets, but you gain the weight right back.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is too, the more you gain weight, lose it, gain weight, lose it, you actually damage your metabolism.
Yeah.
You make it harder for you to lose in the future. So that's why I'm like, just be realistic. You don't have to start on 11, 10, 100. Like you just start at 1, take one step, one day at a time. As corny and as woo-woo as that sounds, like that's really how you have to think about it. And then,
patience.
Patience, yeah. Because, overall, like I've worked with clients who in 12 weeks maybe they've only lost, you could say, okay, well, I only lost like 12 pounds, but they're like, I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
I feel so much more confident. I feel so much more healthy, and I'm making choices now. Like I have habits that I've built up now. So it's no longer when I stop working with Ashley, I'm just going to lose all my progress. They're like, no, I know exactly what I need to do to stay on it. And they move forward with that confidence. So it doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of time. It just takes you being real with yourself about where you are, what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like. Don't try to force yourself to do stuff that you just hate, but also just take it step by step. And then that's how you see the best results. And that's how you keep those results. You don't have to worry about
what you said about
back and forth.
What you said about these diets.
Mm-hmm.
Like what was it? Like the keto diet or something?
Keto
diet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like some of these diets have something to do with smell, like vaginal smell too? Like, do you feel like, because I've heard people say like the keto diet is not good, like for like if you eat the way you're eating the way your diet is, sometimes it can make your vagina smell pretty bad, or just eating certain different things can make your vagina smell pretty bad. Do you?
I'm like, this is an all women question.
Right.
No, I'm being real.
No, that's real. But it's an all women question. What do you think?
Why are you looking at me, nigga?
So I don't think there is a one slate across the board. Like doing keto makes your vagina smell bad.
But I'm saying like, is it like, do you think diet does correlate with vagina smell?
I think it can, for sure, because what you're eating, obviously what goes in must come out. So, if you're eating things, and it's going to be different for each person. There are some people, like I personally don't have like one specific fad diet that I would say recommend that you follow. There are some people who swear by keto because they've done it and they've seen amazing results. There are other people who've done keto, they can't stand it, they get sick, and it's just not right for them.
Can we explain what keto is to the listeners?
Yeah.
Yes. So for the keto diet, pretty much the goal of it is to, without getting like too geeky and nerdy on it. So there's a process that happens when you're on keto, is to get your body into a state of ketosis where you start using fat for fuel versus carbs and sugar. Now the initial reason why keto actually was created was to help to help people who had epilepsy. So that was the reason why the diet was created. It was specifically to help people with their epileptic seizures. So then they started to see that with those particular patients, they were experiencing weight loss as well. So that's sort of where the trend started to skew a little bit, and that's why people are on keto. So the real purpose of it is to just sort of help to heal with people who were having seizures. It wasn't really meant for weight loss. And a lot of people who are doing keto, they're not doing it right because they don't really know what getting into ketosis is. Like, it's a whole process that you have to know and kind of test to make sure that you're actually burning fat for fuel. And a lot of people don't know what that means. They don't know what it is. They're just like, oh, I'm just going to do low to no carbs. And that's not necessarily the healthiest road to go down, because your body still needs, like, there's a lot, the carbs have essential nutrients, it gives you fuel. So that's why I just say personally, like, I would never say you should do keto. Like, I say the very best diet for you is the one that you can realistically stick to consistently for the next 6 months to a year.
Let me ask you this.
So if you can do keto for 6 months to a year, great. If you can do intermittent fasting for 6 months to a year, great. If that's none of the above and all you can do is just balanced eating and, trying to incorporate healthier habits when you can, then that's the best diet for you.
Hold on, let me finish this last part.
But yeah, to your point about
my vagina question.
Does it make a vagina smell?
Because I've heard just horror stories of like, even women say, like, they'll be like, yeah, like it's just a different type of smell down there now, hot dog water or stuff like that. So I just want to know, like, also too, for men and women, are there different things that we can eat to make the taste different for the person that might be doing stuff in that area?
Fruit.
Okay, so that's the real motivation behind
Fruit,
this.
nigga.
Yeah. Okay, so for that, it might be some other factors that are in there that are making it smell. I don't want to just say it's strictly food. I think food does help, but I think overall, if you're eating a lot more fibrous foods, leafy green vegetables, just making sure. But also, like, with that, making sure you're drinking a lot of water. So you're like cleaning out your your urinary tract, so there's like nothing molding up there. But I mean, ultimately, like with smells and stuff like that, it is what's coming out, but that's also just hygiene. So
I'm saying with taste, like, because I guess I'll tell you, like,
Okay.
I've heard back in the day, like, I've had friends tell me, like, women should eat blueberries because it makes their look, this is our podcast. It makes the pussy juice taste incredible. And then they'll
You forgot what podcast you were on?
Yeah. I know, yeah. I was like, 'cause I didn't want to be too vulgar, but fuck it.
let's just go.
They just say
there.
when women eat blueberries, the pussy juice tastes incredible, and then they say when men eat pineapples or drink pineapple juice, it makes their stuff drink better for the woman. So it's like, do you know if there's any truth to that at all?
I mean,
Not to say that. I'm just saying,
yeah.
but in the sense of like, since you know diet.
Yeah, I think there's more factors to it. It's not just okay, let me eat some blueberries and then
That's it.
order up. Like no, it's you also have to think about hygiene.
Order up.
Right?
Order up. It's on the platform.
You know what? I thought I was gonna let it go.
No, we don't let that thing go here.
But yeah, there's other factors I think that go into play with taste and smell and all those different things. But ultimately, I think if you're cleaning yourself out, that's why I say specifically like more fibrous foods.
Yeah.
If you're constipated, if you have gut issues, if stuff is not moving right, then it makes it a lot more easier for you to have issues in those areas. But overall, I don't think that there is like one specific food or, specific foods that make stuff taste better, but it helps it function.
So I was
better.
lied to because I was told to eat
Helps you
pineapples
function
and
better.
peaches.
Oh my
Let me
god!
tell you
This right
something.
here. Is it like? Do you think it has something to do with certain diets too? Because I know like when the whole like juicing and like greens and stuff started happening. Like I had some friends who was like, all right, well, she was dating her man, and she's like, yo, his like sperm started tasting a little different. I was just like, she's like, it was kind of bitter. So I was just like,
From the juices?
He was
the
drinking
juices,
that.
like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain diets. I feel like it's certain diets maybe
Yeah.
might have that effect.
But then also, our bodies change too
True.
all the time. So it could have just been a situation where
like he was new to it
now-
or some shit.
new to it, and then just when you change, when your body goes through changes, because a lot of our hormones affect how our bodies operate too.
And shout out
So-
to your girl for being a swallower. Go ahead. We need more though.
Good night. Good
We
night, everybody.
need more though.
Keenan.
I think it takes the right type of nigga to get a girl.
That was
to
a home
swallow.
run.
Unless
Sure.
she just a freak. You know what
And
I'm
some people,
saying?
it just it's not gonna taste right. Like,
No,
you
seriously,
can tell
'cause some
Becky
niggas-
eat those blueberries, but Becky
Hold on.
just
Right.
her stuff is just
I
gonna
deal with more-
taste.
I'm just
I
saying.
deal with more
taste like
Starkeishas, but that's
What
all
were you
right.
about to
well,
say,
yeah.
Miko?
I don't know.
Somewhat.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, we missed it.
But it's,
Go ahead.
No, but
Speak your mind.
But it's interesting, like overall with like, diet and fitness, the one thing that it definitely helps out is the fact that not only getting in great shape, you feel better, it helps you stay away from diseases long
Yeah.
term.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
I knew he was
Real
going to come
talk.
some disease.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah.
I got, but you got to. Because it's like, like we're all in the room, we're all black. We have heart disease, diabetes, you know what I mean?
blood
Stroke,
pressure.
kidney, high blood pressure, and
Yeah.
kidney failure, high
And for
sodium.
women, fertility issues. There's a lot of food
Mm.
that
Oh,
is
wow.
really not healthy for women. So fertility
what?
issues, like soy, for example, but a lot of
I
processed
heard
ingredients.
Almond milk is bad for you, too.
It depends on the type of almond milk. Because nowadays, companies, they're trying to jump on the healthy trend,
yeah.
because they want to make money at the end of the day. So they see people, okay, they want
Superfood.
healthier. Yeah. So
You don't
this
even
is,
care about
this is
health,
healthy,
yeah.
but you
Yeah.
really have to look at the ingredients. Because if it says almond milk, it might have almond milk in it, but it might have hella sugar. It might have a whole bunch of other processed stuff that's not healthy.
A bunch of shit
So-
you can't even pronounce.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
When I-
And
when I
if you
can't
can't
pronounce
pronounce it,
shit,
yeah,
then
I
you know you
can't
shouldn't
trust
eat
it.
it.
Wow.
And they don't tell you that. And so you're eating it thinking this is healthy, but it's
Mm.
freaking up your hormones and it's making things, not work in the very best way. So that's why you say it can lead to a lot of health related issues, which is why, that's another thing that a lot of people talk to me about. They're like, well, my mom has diabetes, or, my pretty much most of the people in my family suffer from obesity, and
Yeah.
they're worried about that being their future. And
Mm.
so they want to also get healthy so that they don't have to worry about being on, I had one lady who I was speaking to, she was taking 10 different medications.
Damn.
Shit.
And
Like,
a lot of the
grandmas
medication she
really
was
be doing
taking
that,
to
though.
What
help
race?
with the medication. So it's
What race was she?
Hispanic.
Okay.
But it's so yeah, and a lot of people that I work with are women of color. And I think it's important to just make sure that they have the access to the right education, because there's so much misinformation out there. Even if you go to, just regular doctors, like they'll give you basic information, but they won't really dive deep into the specifics about it. And then they're still left confused, and then they still kind of go around like they're walking in the dark.
That's funny because like a lot of dietary problems or health problems that Black and Latinos have, it's all stuff that we can control.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And I was gonna say too about like I know I'm sure you heard of Dr. Sebi and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
Do you know anything about his diet and what he does?
Yeah, I actually followed his diet for about a year.
Mm.
So with Dr. Sebi, I did the research, and his philosophy, pretty much what he stood for was and what he was trying to teach people is that the root cause of all diseases is mucus.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so when you have mucus in your body, if it's sitting long enough, that can potentially turn into cancer. It can turn into XYZ.
Mm.
And so the whole point is to get rid of the mucus that builds up in your body, which happens as a result of the foods that we eat. So I was like, okay, this seems pretty legit. I did my research on it, and I actually was alkaline vegan for about a year.
Ooh.
What's alkaline?
So alkaline vegan, girl. A lot more strict than regular vegan, because pretty much his whole philosophy was you want to eat more foods that are less acidic, and you want to eat less foods that are acidic. So there are a lot of what he calls hybrid foods, so foods that are human made. They don't exist in nature naturally.
Like broccoli,
Like
and cauliflower, and stuff like that.
Cauliflower, they don't exist naturally. Those are things that we put two seeds together and we have broccoli.
What?
Anything that doesn't have
something new
seeds,
today.
Mm.
like
Get outta
unseeded,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
if seedless
Get
grapes,
outta here.
seedless grapes,
Yeah.
it has to have a seed. It has to come from somewhere. So
Cauliflower?
yeah, it's a hybrid food
Wait, how do you
Impressive.
make seedless grapes then?
because we make it.
Yeah.
We make it
Seedless
without the
watermelon,
seeds.
all that,
Seedless watermelon, all of that stuff
seedless,
is
yeah.
genetic. It's
Yeah.
it's made like kind of in a lab essentially.
Yeah.
So he's saying don't eat those things. So there are even some
Okay.
foods that a vegan would eat that if you're eating within the alkaline vegan diet, you wouldn't eat it. And the whole purpose of eating that way is to help rid yourself of the mucus so that you don't develop diseases. So I did like the alkaline vegan diet. My thing was, when you're eating a mostly plant-based diet, you have to just be very strategic, and you have to prepare a lot.
Yeah.
Because especially with that diet, like I would have to spend a lot of time prepping food, and I'd have to buy a lot of food just so I could not be hungry. And so, if you don't prep or you don't prepare, it's not like you can go to a fast food alkaline vegan. There's no like
yeah.
Meg Vegans that you can go to.
Meg
To drive. You know what I'm saying? So
Meg.
so
Make vegans would be a great
That's actually wavy.
you know what I'm saying? So there's no drive through. There's no there's not even a lot of like grocery storefronts you can go to where they just
food
have,
deserts. Yeah. So many food
Yeah,
deserts.
I think there's one now. I think it's the one that his grandson kind of runs, like Salad Cafe or something like that.
Yeah.
It's in North Hollywood. But I think, like you said, when I was looking and researching that same type of thing, because I wanted to do it too, I was like, bruh, like I'm a fast food person. I'm a person.
Yeah.
As a comedian,
Quick and fast, yeah.
I'm out late, and I'm gonna get hungry around like
Exactly.
midnight and be
Yeah.
out. And
So it's kind of hard for you to have like your Brazil nuts in the back of your car. Like, all right, y'all,
Brazil
you guys,
nuts.
you guys are
For
chopping
real.
on burgers and fries, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I got my kale back here, So it for me, it just took a lot more prep than I was anticipating. I think it's still a really valuable diet, and if I had more money and resources and a chef who could actually prepare my meals,
yeah.
for sure I would try to stick with that. But also because I am more physically active, I need to eat more food.
Right.
And
And I didn't feel like I was getting enough nutrients when I was on the alkaline vegan diet. And so I ended up having to add a little bit more of animal protein and a little bit of fish, which is kind of like against, the alkaline vegan diet. But that was what made me feel more nourished overall. And I felt like I could perform better, especially with my workouts. But I do think it is valuable. But the whole purpose of it is just to educate people, specifically like Black and brown people.
Yeah.
A lot of the foods that people are telling you to eat, they're not healthy, and they're causing your headaches. They're causing you to feel sluggish. They're causing you to, gain belly fat. Like those are all the things that are contributing. We talked a lot about like exercise and burning calories and stuff. That only helps you to a certain point, but you can really burn more just from what you're putting in your body, more than you'll ever burn like with the workout.
Really?
So yeah, you work. I mean, think about it. Like
Yeah,
you're
that's
only
true.
burning in a workout maybe 300-400 calories in an hour. You're not burning a crazy amount of calories
You always say
in
abs are
1
made
hour
in the
with a
kitchen.
workout. Yeah.
Abs are made in the kitchen.
I mean, you grow your abs, you can target your abs, but if you want to see them, you got to remove the layers of fat that's there. And you do that through your nutrition. So you can eat in a way that's going to put you in a higher calorie deficit. You're going to be burning more just from how you eat, more than you'll ever do with the actual workout.
So do you have like actual like a list of foods that target certain bodies? Like what would help the ab? What would help the arms? What would help like certain muscles in your body?
So that's another
Sound
misconception.
personal, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, because I want these abs to get.
Well, that's another misconception. A lot
For
of
the
people
summer.
think, okay, well, what can I eat to just spot reduce my abs? Or what can I eat to just spot reduce the fat in my thighs? And so that's why I'm really against like the flat tummy teas and the waist trainers or the wraps and all that stuff, because they make you think you can target fat in a particular area. You can't. Going back to genetics, our body decides where we store fat. It decides where we lose fat. So if you want to get abs, for example, if you want more ab definition, then your goal shouldn't be, let me target belly fat. Let me just target total body fat. Because as your total body fat decreases, then you're going to start to see more definition in your abs. So that's why I just say focus on losing total body fat with your nutrition. As you start to lose total body fat, you can train certain muscle groups. Like you can train your abs, you can train your quads, you can train your glutes, you can train your upper body. You can make those muscles grow. But if there's layers of fats covering the muscle, you're not going to see it as well. It's not going to be as defined. So you can train certain groups, but you can't spot pick and say, I want to lose fat here or here naturally. Surgically is a whole nother story, and that's usually where people go. But naturally, like for you, for example, if you really wanted to work on more definition, I would say focus on actually training your lower and your upper body, because at the end of the day, it's perception. So if your shoulders are wider and your hips are wider, your waist is going to look smaller by comparison. So if you shape out your upper body and your lower body, your waist is going to look smaller. Focus on eating more in a calorie deficit so that you're going to be losing body fat, total body fat. And then you just train your abs so that you can start to see the definition once that fat starts to move.
Like what kind of foods?
Impressive.
What kind of foods?
She don't want to work out.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I'm going to work out. I just want to know like nutrition wise, because I love fucking burgers. I love fries.
I do
Ugh.
too,
I love
girl.
Odo
I do
shits.
too.
And I love chocolate. So hello.
Chocolate.
I need to know.
Well, dark chocolate has a lot of magnesium. It's a really great source of like a healthy fat that's good for regulating your metabolism. I eat dark chocolate pretty much every single day.
Yeah, but that's
What
real
people tell you.
chocolate, right?
Yeah, dark chocolate. But it's still, it has a sweetness to it. I'd say, okay, if you really needed a template, then these 3 things in this order. Veggies first, if you can, at least half your plate. Protein, whether that's plant-based or animal or fish. And then some type of whole food fat, like avocado, nuts,
Ooh, omega
coconut,
3s.
olives. Yeah, omega-3s, exactly. So veggies, proteins, fats in that order. So if you can eat half a plate of veggies first to get you full, then protein, which helps you to preserve muscle, which you need more muscle, and then healthy fats to help you regulate your metabolism and train your body to burn more fat. That's like a good meal template to follow, and you'll start like without even having to count calories or like portion control. You can do that, and that's a really good way to help you start losing a little bit more.
This sounds dumb, Ashley. This is great. I'm learning so much. But like, if somebody was trying to lose weight, how many times a day should you eat? Like, I don't like.
When you're hungry is my actual, and when you're actually hungry too, because a lot of people just eat mindlessly. They just eat because they're bored, or their body thinks that they're hungry, so it's like we just grab something. So I'd say just check if you're hungry. If you're not sure if you really are hungry, then drink a glass of water, and then wait about 20 minutes. If your body is still telling you I'm hungry, then eat.
Do you think like snacking is okay too? Sorry. You think snacking is
Like
okay?
paper, scissors.
I don't think
almost
there's
did it
anything
too.
like
wrong.
healthy snacking. and
Of
shit.
course, yeah. I think it all depends on the snack, because a healthy snack could be, like some baked chicken, and that's perfectly fine because that's
That's a
some
healthy
protein.
snack?
Yeah.
A McChicken?
You
Baked-
did
baked
carry
chicken.
I
chickens
said
in your
McChicken. I was
pocket.
like, what?
I did carry chicken in my
Baked chicken,
pocket.
yeah.
You're right. Thank
It could
you.
be like a piece of baked chicken. It doesn't have to necessarily be, a bag of popcorn or a bag of chips. Like it can just be, like maybe I want to eat some carrots. That could be a snack,
Oh, okay. I was thinking that.
so
'Cause I
it
was thinking of
doesn't
like
have to be-
apples, sliced
yeah.
apples as a
So
snack.
do you get a lot of pre-diabetic clients?
I do.
And what's your success rate as far as bringing down their A1C?
Ooh, there it is. Let me pull out the laptop.
Well, first of all, the success depends on the client because I can't force anybody to do anything.
Okay.
So I give them the information, I give them the plan, but it's up to the client for them to follow it so that they can see the results and lower their A1C. But I mean, overall, when it comes to like the type of plans that I do, if it's somebody who's pre-diabetic, then, you know, there's certain like, for example, sugar, they're very sensitive to sugar, insulin. So I try to make sure that in their meal plans that I'm focusing on filling them up with foods that are going to be lower in sugar so that they can still feel full, they can still feel satisfied, but they're not hitting that. So overall, when I'm creating plans for people, like whether it's helping them to get off medications, lower blood pressure, if they're pre-diabetic, et cetera, I'm just focusing on helping them heal their metabolisms and their hormones. The best way to do that, like I said, is just sort of focusing on veggies, proteins, fats in that order. And then just making sure that like when you're not hungry, you're not just mindlessly snacking. Right. But then also like sleep and stress play a huge role in that as well.
Yeah.
Isn't there a mental part in all of this as well? How do you train that, or do you even focus on it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Question,
I mean, that's actually where I start with a lot of my clients. We do quite a bit of mindset training. So it just kind of goes back to, you know, pretty much you have to operate like how you want to be. Essentially, you know, if I try to give them the example of like, you know, think of athletes like, you know, Floyd Mayweather or Michael Phelps. Like if all they did, they didn't train, all they did was just sit on the couch, you know, do a lot of the habits that the average everyday person does. Like, would they be at the top of their game? Would they be as successful as they are? The answer is no. Right. Well, why are they successful as they are? Because every single day they show up for themselves and they operate in a certain way. And so I pretty much tell them, like, you have to start thinking about yourself as the fit person that you want to be. How does that person wake up? What do they do in the morning? How do they deal with stress? How do they deal with the, you know, all of the craziness, the struggles that happen in their life? Like, how are they showing up in their life? So then you have to start thinking and operating as that person. And so we start with all of those mindset tools first, because I think if you don't have your mind right with it, it doesn't matter what strategy you do. It doesn't matter, you know, how you try to implement what I tell you or how I coach you. You're just not gonna see the best results.
I like what you said earlier about, I said this one last thing about like it's a journey. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, if I had a cousin that was pretty big and he was trying to like lose weight and he was like 20. I said, it took you 20 years to develop this body. Right. So don't think this is gonna change in a week.
In a night.
You know what I mean? Like, it's going to take time. Like, this has to become a part of your lifestyle. That means, like, I told him when you turn 30, you should still be like, no, I work out, I do something. Course, Like, it's not going to happen overnight. And I don't know. I just think this is great. Like, you helping, like, especially like women, because they're so like, certain like women get dogged about like their weight and you know, magazines and Instagram and stuff about like their body and stuff like that. So because I can see it at the gym when certain women walk into the gym, you can just definitely tell like they're just always looking over their shoulder because they don't have to have that pressure of their body. For a man, really, as long as you have money, you're fine, and a hairline. But,
but no, there are a lot of dudes. I mean, I have a lot of male trainers who train men, and it's you know, there's a lot of parallels. They want to feel confident too. They want to take off their shirt and feel like, you know, they don't want to feel like they're a wink or, you know what I'm saying? So
dudes don't want to be too skinny for their girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Dudes don't want to wear the same. Like, dudes want to normally, the thing is, dudes want to be like, I want to weigh more than my girl. When your girl weighs the same amount as you or weighs more than you,
who's wearing the pants?
You feel some way. You feel like she might be able to whoop me. If words came to words, she might be able to take me.
What'd you say,
like
Leroy?
Every dude feel like that. They be like those skinny dudes out there with like those really big BBWs.
I love those.
I don't feel like every man's like that.
I love them.
Not every dude, of course, but like a lot of dudes are very insecure about their weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Quarter chubs. I love them.
Well, I'll say this. You do know your stuff.
Yeah.
I definitely think that you did a good job.
Okay. So have I converted you to maybe hiring a female trainer or not quite yet?
When the pitch goes up, that means he's not.
Right. No, see, here's the thing. With me, I could trade studio time for
there they go.
So we can do some bartering. So, and if you can record some songs or something, we can switch up. Let's do it.
Ask Mark. That's Huck.
Okay.
Huck does that a lot. He'll really hit you with the
like, what can I do?
Give or take.
I ain't gonna pay for this shit, but I I can make you
we
a
can work
beat.
something out. Exactly.
But no, fit
I'll
body
make you a
by
beat.
Well, I might hit you up on that because I do a lot of workouts on YouTube, and with
Ooh.
copyright
Music.
with
Yes.
music, infringement. Sometimes it's nice to have good beats, like not generic hip hop beat number
Oh,
3.
right,
right.
It's
Show you
good to
some
have
stuff.
like some good beats that I can still do workouts to, and then I don't have to worry about copyright infringement. So we might have to take that up.
Yeah, see,
there it
boom,
is.
another one.
There's
What's the
another
hook?
one.
Another one.
Huck always working, man.
Right. So look, we're about to wrap out
Close
this
the deal.
episode. Fit Body by Ashley. Want to thank you.
Thank you guys. It's
I'm-
awesome.
Yes, I'm Blake Owisi. You guys can follow me at Aziza Funny. You can follow my Instagram page. You can follow What's the Hook podcast. You can follow Pee-wee Helms Music. You can follow Bantu Boys. I'm doing with my cousin, her boyfriend, Art Ever. We'll talk about when y'all get married, but we'll talk about that later. Art Ever. And you can follow Keenan App.
You find me at Keenan Baker, just Keenan Baker on everything.
Underscore.
Underscore. I was like,
No,
what?
Keenan underscore Baker on Twitter. And then you can get my comedy album on any streaming platform,
Holla.
iTunes and Spotify. I might need therapy. Keenan
Holla.
Baker. So I'll let your boy.
All right.
Huck.
Yo, we can find me.
This guy's breaking
I
down,
don't-
boy. He's breaking down, man.
I was like, what?
The confidence just left, boy.
No,
Fine.
I was looking for this next guest. So yeah, Space 2813. Let's record some music and fresh as me. I'm not gonna follow you back on there, but you can still follow me.
Wow.
Just being honest. All right, go ahead.
Wow. And then you can follow me on Miko Ciceros, MEEKOCICERO, on everything, literally.
Dope.
That's it.
Oh, and Ashley, put a plug in.
Yes, sir. Okay, you guys can follow me all social media, FitBody by Ashley. And ladies specifically, if you want some fire workouts that you can do in the comfort of your own home, free workouts on my YouTube channel, FitBody by Ashley.
All right, thank you guys
Yeah.
for watching and listening, and make sure you guys subscribe, share, and comment.
Like,
Put those
comment,
notifications
like,
on.
comment, let
Do
the
it.
people know, man. Shout us out.
Yeah,
Those
we out
Get
here.
these views up,
notifications.
nigga.
I'm looking at you, player.
Feel me? Those notifications.
It's all love, though. It's all
Somebody
love.
that's like,
Right, so this guy's too aggressive.
Aggressive.
All right, but thank you guys. This is What's the Hook.